Driving these boats is amazing, and just being strapped in and closed in. The adrenaline feeling going into a race is unbelievable. I absolutely love it. My early years of racing, I started racing when I was 10, 11 years old. I chose powerboat racing because I enjoyed it more. I was always more involved with it, with Dad, going away with the family and stuff, so it was more fun for me.
Sam, he was always mechanicking for me all through his young days. As a kid, he used to come, and because on the hydroplanes you have to start the engines on a rope. You had no starter motor, and you had to be lifted in the water. So you start them on the bank and then lift the boat in. So that's how you had to rely on two mechanics to run those. And he used to always be on the back. He was either lifting or pulling.
I remember the juniors going out there, there was 15 of us on the start line. It was my first sports race. Back then there was the old style, the old wooden boats they were. So the old early type, little short monohulls. I was too big for the boat, so I wasn't really that fast out there, you know, so I didn't really get much in the juniors, but I enjoyed it as the main things.
The idea was, if he wanted to, we never pushed him into anything. He'd have to want to do it. If he didn't want to do it, then that's fair enough. It's not something you want to push somebody into, but he always really keen and wanted to do it.
Well, I started through juniors. I went into GT30, which is another mono boat from juniors, so it's a 30 horsepower on the back. And then I did some offshore racing in P1 and UK Formula Future. Then from then I went into Formula 4. First I started doing Formula 4 catamarans. So I must have been 19, 20 I think maybe. And yeah, I've been doing that for like six years. So I've done all that, but national champion in 2015 and 2016.
All through the racing, at the end of the season, there's always record week. It used to be at Windermere, and it's now at Coniston. They put the event on. They set the timing up, so anybody from all over the world could come over and have an attempt at a record. And at the end of the season, when there's nothing to do in November, it's great to just go and have a go at your class record if you're racing a certain class. And part of the record week is sort of it was mainly formed by Donald Campbell, who back in the day, as you know, he was the world outright water speed record, and he formed the club called the K7 Club. And what it was, to get in that club, you have to break a national or a world record over 100 miles an hour. Now, it's a fairly prestigious club, because back in those days, to do 100 miles an hour is not quite as easy as it is these days. Back in '88, we decided to have a go at the 0500 record for hydroplanes. On the Thursday, the water was good, and we took it out, and we managed to break the water speed record for that class at well over 100 miles an hour. But yeah, that was how I got in the K7 Club, because we broke the record back in '88, and that was a gold star number 34.
My dad supported me all the way from all my life, really, you know, so without him I wouldn't be here I am now. We always go racing together, been around the world racing, done all the UK together. He's raced with me in offshore, he's been my navigator for a few years. He's always been there for me, you know, so. We've
done other records as well, because we went into Formula 2. I raced Formula 2. But then the offer was there to go and have a go at the Formula 2 record, which was one at 124 miles an hour, which it was. So we took the boat up there, set it all up for records. Well, we managed to break 4 national records and 2 international records that weekend, and we were seeing speeds of 137 miles an hour one way, and we actually got the world record. 132 miles an hour average, but unfortunately the boat flipped coming over the line, on the return. It was right on the line, and it did count as the record, because the timekeeper actually said, he says, "I don't care how you go through the beam, so long as you break it," he goes, "I'll get your time." And we went through it upside down, unfortunately, but he still managed to capture it, and that record stands today. And this year we thought, right, Sam wanted to have a go at reclaiming that record, so my national record was frozen, so he could go out and do a national record, but the world record still stands. So he wanted to go out and break my world record. So this year we went up to Coniston, set it all up, and off he went. And yeah, he managed to get a clubman record. He did 131, 32 mile an hour, which reset the record. But it was 0.9 of a mile an hour slower than my world record. So he didn't claim the world record, but he got the national record, which got him his gold star, and he's in the club, and that was a sort of respectable speed to get a gold star out as well.
My next set of racer now is going to be the new Formula 2 boat we just purchased, which will be next year, for next year, which will take us around the world for the World Series, and we'll also do the National Championship. So this is the next chapter. World Series is looking really good next year. We should have 5 rounds, which takes us to Belgium in May, followed by Portugal and Lithuania in June. Then in July we've got Lithuania again. Then we finish off in France. So a busy year.